country found them ready at the stirring call for men. Let no tears add to their hardships as the soldiers pass along. And although your heart is breaking, make it sing this cheery song.
The first area to ever be targeted in central London by a Zeppelin was here in Queen Square. Hospital buildings were targeted, but fortunately, the buildings avoided the onslaught. However, surrounding windows were shattered.
The Zeppelins continued eastwards and dropped a bomb on the nearby Dolphin pub on Lion Street. One man standing outside was killed.
That man was the only one to lose his life that night. Miraculously, nobody died or was injured in the Queen Square raid.
The loss of life, however, could have been catastrophic. 1,000 people were sleeping nearby, and so to commemorate the events of that night, a plaque has been erected.
Relative to other attacks, this was a lucky escape for the 1,000 residents of Queen Square.
For the German Zeppelin operators, nothing was to be spared. Hospitals, bombs, areas of leisure and homes, all were in the crosshairs to be eviscerated by bombs.
On the night of the 8th of September 1915, a Zeppelin bomb fell and exploded on this spot.
Although nearly 1,000 people slept in the surrounding buildings, no person was injured.
Keep the home fires burning while your hearts are yearning. Though your lads are far away, they dream of home. There's a silver lining through the dark cloud shining. Turn the dark cloud inside out till the boys come home.
The night of September 8th, 1915, this place here, a 61 Farrington Road, was completely demolished by a bomb dropped by an L-13 Zeppelin, which caused more than £500,000 of damages.
This site witnessed the most successful bombings during World War I. Although there were no casualties, it drew a great impact over people's morale.
The biggest problem with the Zeppelins attack was that they were unexpected and unpredictable, as well as the fact that because of the technology used at that time, Zeppelins weren't able to capture their aim, so they resulted in dropping bombs at random.
Londoners were frightened because they understood that the RAF pilots were unable to stop them, because they were resistant to gunfire.
And in order to celebrate the event of that night, the building was reconstructed in 1917, and it has been renamed the Zeppelin Building.
Summoned from the hillside, they were called in from the glen, and the country found them ready at the stirring call for men. Let no tears add to their hardships as the soldiers pass along.
Lots of archives here. Our shelves are about 100 kilometres long if we were to put them end to end. It's a very, very big building. It would be very hard just to browse around that and find. So you need to use a catalogue to find things. Pieces of the first German Zeppelin to be shot down on English soil by Flight Lieutenant William Robinson, later gets the VC. He died from influenza during the epidemic after the war. I saw it come down in flames whilst staying.
Keep the home fires burning while your hearts are yearning. Though your lads are far away, they dream of home. There's a silver lining through the dark cloud shining.
On the 7th of March 1918, a Zeppelin flew over London and bombed Warrington Crescent, Maida Vale.
These houses behind from 61 to 67 were demolished, and other 140 houses were damaged. 12 people were killed and 23 people were injured.
Houses are the original target of the raid.
The original houses looked like those houses. The original target was the docks in the Thames, and they were guided down to the River Thames by a radio beacon from Belgium, but they got lost. There was cloud cover, and they actually didn't have a clue where they were, because reading the navigator's log, he says, "I think we're over the Thames. I think we're here. We'll drop the bombs." And then it was one 1,000 kilo bomb that they dropped, and then they turned round and went back home. The Queen and Winston Churchill came to visit the place 2 days later, but the national press reported it in some detail, but the local press wouldn't report it because they'd give away where the German bombs actually fell. So the national press said there was bombs in the northwest region of London, and they showed it in a lot of detail. They showed photographs of the people who died in the raid. So the lady who wrote the lyrics to Ivor Novello's song "Keep the Home Fires Burning" died in the basement of number 61.
These gaseous monsters, as one politician got them, became a hated symbol of Germany, one they cursed with the name the Baby Killers.
They were summoned from the hillside, they were called in from the glen, and the country found them ready at the stirring call for men. Let no tears add to their hardships as the soldiers pass along, and although your heart is breaking, make it stay.